sperm than the double X sperm. That's why if the man don't get a woman to orgasm, it's hard for her to produce a male child. But
Okay.
when she flush with the orgasm, it flushes the spermicide out that allows more Y chromosomes to advance than would normally had advanced.
Hey, shout out fourth elder. Correction is 700 and over 700 million. I meant to say. Uh shout
So
out
yeah, 700. It's in the tab of seven hundred
yeah, yeah, yeah,
seventy-seven million seven
yeah,
hundred seventy-seven thousand 777.
yeah, that's right. That's right. What else we got?
But look, that's almost 1 in a billion to start with. Then when you look at the ratio of X to Y, you got a 75% being female and a 25% chance of being male just off the genetic makeup of the cell,
Right. Hey,
right?
that's no, go ahead. I had
So
another
you
question.
got women being born at 3 times the rate of boys at least. And depending on where you at, it can be high as 8 times the rate,
Now,
right?
yep,
Now, boy, we don't know how difficult it is for a woman to produce a male child because it's something like 72% of spontaneous abortions is XY children, right? And that's in the first trimester. And the numbers go down when you get to the second trimester, but it's still like 60 something percent. And most stillborns is male child, with females being born more. So you do the math. And we don't even know what the abortions is taking up in numbers.
right.
It's so hard to be born a boy. That's why every boy should have a chance to see what it's like to be a man.
Man, this is what I was gonna ask you too, Raw. Now it was this scientist that I sat with named Mark Brady, and he used to mention of that. He said that in the future, that he said that we missing one chromosome. We're supposed to have three. You're supposed to have an XXY or triple X. And he said that kids, and I looked it up, and there's some kids that are born with this, but they label it as a defect when they born with three chromosomes.
That's the old model.
Go ahead.
Remember, the DNA strands used to be 12, now they 2. Why
Go
would you
ahead.
need extra chromosomes? Look, when with an extra chromosome, you get Down syndrome. 40, was it
Yeah,
47 instead of
yeah,
46?
yeah, 48, 47. Yeah.
Right. So, um, when you advance, things are downsized. It's the same with the automobile.
Uh-huh.
It's the same with your microwave oven. The same with your dishwasher.
Uh-huh.
The first dishwashers used to take up damn near a whole kitchen, and that's why they was only in restaurants.
Mm-hmm.
Then they made one that can fit in your house, right under your sink, just like this cabinet used to be here.
Right,
Now
right.
they got them that sit on top of the sink. They got countertop dishwasher.
Yeah, yeah. So, like I say, do you think that because Doc was saying that back then, this one example, and I want you to this is like a question. Back then, okay, like so, like a lot of people, like back then, my granddaddy, he wore like a size 15, like that, like six. These niggas wore 16s. They coat. You put they coat was big. They were big dudes, like and just big statue. Now everybody wins eights and nines, a little small. We getting smaller and smaller. Do you think that we will get smaller and smaller, and that we becoming more like mind and more spiritual type beings as we go into this sun cycle? Go ahead.
Okay, so the prototype for the human is the sign and the toi. These was the little people that populated everything, at one time. Whether it was Iceland or whether it was Australia, these were the first people all over the planet. Now they've had mixture. Them was the hominids that Inky and them used to alter the genetics of the modern day human, right? The sign, that's where your Asian looking families come from. and then you have your Twa, where your African looking features primarily come from. Then you have the ones like the Zulu was the first family of Inky, right? But then he had another wife in another part, and they gave birth to a different tribe called the Dinka, right? And when you look at the difference, and you see that the Dinka is way much bigger than the Zulu, and that's because his wife was taller. That wife was taller, so her children came out bigger, but they still have the general physical physique of the Zulu, which was the Inky trait. Then you had a Watusi, tall, lanky, minute bowl looking people, right? Them was because a different consort. She came from an extremely skinny clan, right? So they carried that matrilineal trait, but that height comes from Inky, right? So I can go keep doing that all day. So
Inky wasn't tall as Inlet because Inky was mixed with Dragonian, so he wasn't even 7 foot like the regular Anunnaki. He was
no,
like
he was like 6'10".
Doc said he was actually 6 foot in the Holy Tablets. That Inky was 6 foot.
But you got to remember, he had more than one avatar.
That's what I was thinking too. That he had more than one avatar. That's what I was
Yeah,
telling.
he liked to use the giraffe for his totem,
Mm-hmm.
right? And his motto is standing tall and proud, drinking alcohol and talking out loud, looking over the crowd,
Mm-hmm.
right? So that was his thing. But remember, a 6 foot tall guy is
To
tall
to
to
to a
the
twi
four
to the twi
4'11" person.
to the twi niggas. Yeah, right.
Yeah, they 4'3", 4'4",
Right.
right? So they gonna be little to a 6 footer.
Right. They're a giant. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Yeah. That's a giant on Earth in those days because the Twi man ain't, he don't get that tall. So the Watusis, when they came, the Watusis was 6'5", 6 foot, 7 foot tall. They and the Anunnakis, some of them got up to 15 foot tall. It depends on what planet they were from.
Right.
The Etruscans from 10
So
feet tall. Yeah.
they didn't like the humans because we used to hive up. We call it tribe up now, but they used to call it hive up, like bees.
Mm-hmm.
And they used to say we rally around Big Mama like ants and termites,
Mm-hmm.
right? So they hated that, especially Enlil,
Mm-hmm.
because he didn't like the matriarchal societies are free will. All patriarchal societies are restricted will.
Mm-hmm.
If the patriarchy operate under the matriarchy, the patriarchs become what they call the perfected father figure,
Mm-hmm.
Usirian, the great father,
Mm-hmm.
right? So when you get to that level, you understand the importance of the restoration of the matriarchy because you understand that the perfect balance of the earth is for the man to do man stuff and the woman to do woman stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you encourage the women to engage in stuff like the goddess glow up that brings that femininity, or as ideas say, make it juicy.
Yeah.
Don't no man want to come hugging up on no miserable ass woman, bitching all day. He don't even want to hear that. He want his peace.
Right.
But if she not properly tended to, she can't give him peace because she's in turmoil.
Right.
You got to calm her rage, Sekhmet, and bring out her love, Oshun.
Right.
Right? This was the whole metamorphosis of the self. Every woman should be wanting to get out of that war energy of Sekhmet and embrace their love energy of Oshun, of Venus, of Virgo, right?
Right.
Because that femininity empowers them to make men automatically perform the functions of a man, protect, defend, right? Provide. That becomes The man can't help himself. He just feels it in his soul that that's something he has to do,
Right.
right? So when the women are in that energy, but when the women is in the warring energy, sometimes we have civil war and civil conflict in the home. Or we have a hostage crisis described as disguised as a love affair in a domestic violence situation. Trauma bond,
Go ahead.
right? This is carries over from slavery. That's why everybody think they own somebody. You don't own nobody. You join up and make a team with somebody. People don't understand that. This is a difference when a man want a wife, he want a teammate. Yeah. If the man do his part, the wife feel the same way about him. Don't disturb his peace, right? Because he protects my palace. If you disturb his peace, he's gonna go in protection mode, and you're gonna get whatever is required when you disturb the peace.
Right.
She gonna tell him before they invite it. Don't come over here with the BS, because we don't do BS. And it's always the people on BS that think you on BS because you won't tolerate their BS. Now that's some BS right there.
Go ahead.
No BS.
Hey, Rod, why do you think that they target our women to give them pay them get them higher paying jobs than the man? These black men.
It's the emasculation of the masculine.
Go ahead.
They give the woman the breadwinner role of the man to emasculate the man and emasculinize the woman. Not saying that there's anything wrong with a working woman, because it ain't. And if she can do the job, she can get paid what a man can, right? But under the patriarchal system, your economic value, your ability to bring in currency determines your rank in the family. So then the woman that make the most money, she now superior to her partner. You can't be a partner with an inferior and a superior. That's why when you're in a relationship, you're either gonna be 100% in it or 100% out of it. Ain't no middle ground. All that old 50-50 relationship stuff people be talking about, it don't work like that. Both of y'all all in, or y'all need to get all out. If you with somebody and you ain't all in, if she tell you, baby, I killed him, and you don't say what you want me to do with the body, you ain't ready. You're not ready. If you come in there and say, baby, I had to do him, she gonna say, did you get rid of the body?
Hey,
Right?
the
Because it's
mob be like that.
team.
The mob
It,
wives be like that.
yeah, it's team. That's why they gave us Mario Puzo's books and turned them into movies, so we can see the functioning of a functional family in hostile conditions in a war zone. You still got to keep the family functional in the war zone. So the way that the Godfather played out, it showed you 2 generations, 3 generations of men struggling to be fathers in a war zone. But we only look at it from the La Cosa Nostra big boss type imagery. We're not looking at why are they doing this. The whole principle of the movie was to take care of the family. Family first. Family over feelings. Right? When you start putting your feelings out there, they gonna get stepped on, and you can't be offended because you put them out there. Everybody in the family, everybody in the society is not always supposed to agree on everything. That's why you have different family members, have different professions, different fields of expertise. Bring them together and utilize your expertise for the benefit of the family, right? And if it benefits the family, it's going to benefit the community, because harmonious families live in harmony together. But when families is broken and in chaos, they bring chaos to the whole community.
So that's another thing too, Rod. They created prisons, and I was asking this is another thing dealing with the war on the land between the vampires and the thing. I was asking Dr. Muhammad Umar, why don't they export us back to our country if we from Africa? They keep on they still keep on this.
Dr. Umar don't want to go back to Africa, bro. Don't Dr. Umar talk that African talk all day long, but you can't melt that nigga down and pull that nigga on exporting him to Africa for good. He don't want to go. He already said out his own mouth.
So why he said it? Well, we ain't got to talk about him. I'm just saying though, the prison systems, because we had did a tape called
They
"How
can't
Council."
deport you to somewhere you ain't from.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
can only deport you to where you from or where your allegiance is to. The reason why you can't get reparations because you have no political lobby nowhere in the world.
And they stopped Malcolm X from trying to set that up.
Look, no, no people in the history of reparations being given has ever asked for reparations without a political representing body somewhere in the world. As part of the treaty agreement with Japan, America gave the Japanese POWs who had never been to half of them had never been to Japan a day in their life. A lot of them was born right over there in the San Francisco Bay for railroad work, but they was in internment camps because America's xenophobia had them believing that since the so-called Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor, that all Japanese is a threat, which nothing can be further from the truth. Then on top of that, they paid out with that reparations people that was mistaken as being Japanese, as some of them were Koreans, Vietnamese, Chinese, right? And they all received because of the settlement with Japan to pay reparations to the interns in the Japanese prison camps. Even though they wasn't Japanese, they were still in the prison camps. The so-called Jews, when they got Israel set up after World War II, that was based off the Balfour Declaration in World War One. They had a bankers lobby that was willing to pay for them to get a homeland. And if anybody from Earth don't got a homeland, they not from here. And that's why they guy in Lil had to go steal somebody else's land. A usurper, a Jacobin, an underminer, a supplanter. And the Jacobins became known historically as Jews. But the Jews is the derivative from the jewelry that they gave their adherents close to them so that they can be your masquerade royal family. And that brooch is going to tell you, the necklace, the ring, the earrings is going to tell you who their allegiance is to because they're going to have their face right there on their body.
You just said a lot right there, and they connected with them guys, Yaku, because Yaku said, "I, my God, his God was Baal. Baal is Enlil's son." So Yaku is connected with Enlil. It goes down the same type of side of the family.
And, and Yakub is one of Enlil boys
Go ahead.
indirectly because that's where the whole concept of creating an inferior race came from. Inferiority came, the doctrine of inferiority, superiority among groups similarly situated is a control mechanism. That's the doctrine of Enlil, right? So if his doctrine is to make somebody better than somebody else, why we keep falling for this racism bullshit?
Right.
Now, whether you pale face or whether you dark face, we both use science erroneously to try to prove a race theory. Now, notice the word is a theory. Race is a theory. That means it's not facts. It hasn't been proven. Then they try to classify human in these different haplogroups. The only haplogroup that matter is the LAC-Z gene. And the LAC-Z gene is the mitochondrial heirs to the earth. So that's the only haplogroup that actually matter. Your ABO grouping don't matter as much as that LAC-Z gene haplogroup. Those are the daughters of Isis, the mothers of the earth. And they got different skin complexions and different hair textures from all over the world. They just so happen to concentrate in America because this is the battleground. So they all over here. Some of them doing interviews telling you that they part of the ancient royal bloodline, but we don't know how because they don't look the part. That's because nobody looks the part to nobody. Because everybody is pushing a superiority complex or an inferiority complex. And as long as you stuck between them two paradigms, you can't ascend because your vibration won't rise above that.
It's the
If you
yin and
have a
yang. Yep.
Yeah, if you got a prejudice to say, "Oh, I don't like him because he wear plaid shirts," I don't like nobody wear plaid shirts. You just trapped yourself in the 3D
You deep, bro. Go ahead.
because of the emotional response required to dislike, hate, or disdain something. Is the frequency of three-dimensional fixed position reality. That's your lower nature. Your lower nature is tied closer to the animal kingdom than your higher nature, which is tied closer to the kingdom of heaven, as they call it. But we just call it fifth dimensional spirit matrix. O blood is omega blood, which is the old blood, which is the first blood. The other ones are derivatives of the O.
That
We
makes sense.
breaking it in real time.
Because O can give, I think, blood to most of like the pot. Like it's a certain O is like a universal type
Yeah.
blood.
So O positive can give blood to A positive, B positive. O negative can give it to all blood types.
That's right. That's right.
And of course, they can give it to their own. O positive can get an O positive, A positive, B positive. But the positive is the rhesus factor, which is the aging gene that was put into the human. If you go to
In live.
go to Google right quick.
I'm going right now.
Matter of fact, we're gonna pull up one of her lectures. Go to YouTube, pull YouTube up on there. And I'm gonna show you who to look for to understand the aging process. So I'm gonna tell you her name, and then we're gonna go back to her on YouTube and pull up one of her short videos talking about aging. But her name's Cynthia Kenyon. Cynthia Kenyon is a gerontologist out of UCLA Berkeley, and she was studying the aging process on these worms, these little microscopic worms that got a 30-day lifespan. And they found a particular hormone that's also present in pretty much all other animals. There's if you put this blocker in that they put in the worm, it blocks the hole for the hormone to go into the cell to tell it to age.
Hold on. I'm trying to get it put up. Hey, what you say her name was?
Cynthia, Cyenthia. Her last name is Kenyon, Kenyon. While you doing that, we talking about um, Trump talking about getting rid of the Department of Education, but it don't mean getting rid of funding for education. Y'all got to remember when he talk about getting rid of these departments, he's shutting down the Chevron deference of people that's been controlling us using these departments and institutions um, as they dirty hand to control us. We gonna be responsible probably about 2026, 2027 of reorganizing how we educate our children. And when we get done going over the agent thing with Cynthia Kenyon, I'm gonna tell y'all who to look up to see the fraud in the No Child Left Behind in the educational department. All that stuff was a money making scheme using the education as the carrot on the stick.
Address and reload page. No, I can't reload no page to cut it off. Say her last name again. I got to do it like this so it won't cut us off. Because they upgrading some on streaming yard and it's blocking me. I got to do it this way. So you said Cynthia, spell her last name.
Kenyon, Kenyon.
K-E-N.
Look, we knew before we took this task in this physical form that this job was going to be hard because we understand the rules of Earth. The rules of Earth is the laws of nature. Earth is governed by natural law. And somebody had to be strong enough to take the bottom, suffering, oppressed position in order to figure out how to solve a whole lot of social issues that was created through the ongoing, drawn out priest war.
You know what I'm saying?
Gonna get
That's his.
you, sucker. You dirty mother. Don't you say that.
Yeah, cool. Whoop a guy, but man, like he can fight real good. He'll whoop a guy, man. And then use him for example. Look at this fool that would try to step to y'all fool. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, dash, step to
Listen,
the master.
every bully kid that's not buying it, learn how to fight real good. They not just gonna keep being bullied.
Right?
They're gonna learn how to fight, and they're gonna learn how to fight real good. That's why I used to tell people, because I used to see stuff growing up. I say, "You think because that dude gay, he won't whoop you? That dude been fighting his whole life. He got
Man, I'm
skill.
telling you.
And he's still a dude. He just don't
Windmill,
like what we like.
dock your boy out with that windmill.
Hey, look, nah, I ain't talking about no windmill. When you jab your ass,
Man,
you jab, you slug you in your bread basket, push your snack box back, kind of whoop you.
yeah, I saw that happen a lot. But niggas talk shit to
The,
them punk, man. They
yeah,
come
the,
out.
the windmill fighters, they actually trying to pretend to fight like a girl.
Mm-hmm. And
They
knock them
doing
out.
that on purpose.
Yeah, right. I done see some dudes that like, all right, come on, boom, boom. I saw a dude talk stuff to one of them dudes. He caught him in the bathroom, hit him with an ace deuce tray, man, left him in the stall like this. I said, man. Now imagine that dude was cold like them boys and them boys from the them weird niggas from Hoover that knock niggas out and vandalize them after. They vandalize them, yeah, knock them out like that. That's part of them. That's like the thing, man. You can't just like my granddaddy used to say, don't go around messing with nobody you don't know. You don't know what that guy got on. He could probably be a karate guy. He could have a 357 on him, and it just be your lucky day. Just you pick the
Or
right one.
unlucky day.
Huh?
People be just judging people by the book. The book don't always tell you what's in them pages. You don't know what somebody done went through. You don't know what somebody done went through.
Hey,
I
I done
know.
fought.
They be talking about. I be hearing brothers all the time talking about. Ain't no white boy gonna whoop me. I know some of these pale faces. They got hands and they
Man,
can take a punch.
you be fighting them out there, and they won't give up. You'll fight them all night. You be fighting all night.
Come on, buddy. Come on. Come on. And they hit themselves in the head. Come on, give me some more. They be on some real Rocky stuff, man. Don't you believe that? You believe that? If you can't knock them out in 30 seconds or less, you might be in trouble.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. I got an auntie named Big Sam in the country. Big Sam, man, she fight dudes, and you think you finna whoop Sam? You gonna be there fighting? She big mama saying that You know, she said saying, hey, go down there and tell him what I told her. And saying she like a big she was Gorilla Clan. She Gorilla Clan. Yeah, look, man, she came and knocked on the door. When she knocked on your door, it sounded like she about to knock it off the hinges. Like bloop, 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 bloop. Like the police. And then she come up in there, she walked like a gorilla. Big Sam walked like a gorilla. And man, I done seen her. She drank 40s all day long. Just sat out there, drank 40s and talk shit. And man, you get into a fight with Sam. I done seen her get into a fight with dudes. And that's a fight right there. You got some women that get
Listen, I know some chicks. My mama had hands.
yeah.
My mama earned her stripes. It was an outlaw biker on the west side of Chicago fighting in biker circles.
Go ahead.
You know, I got a cousin. She a church girl now.
Go ahead.
But run up on her if you want her. Thinking because she in the church and she praising the Lord and all that, she got hands.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
You know what I mean? My cousin was her uncle. He got in a fight one day with about 15 dudes. She
Damn.
ran out the house and it was him and her against 15 dudes.
Dang.
And she was handling them. Look, let me tell you a good story about my cousin. This is my cousin Jatan. I love that girl. Look, they come around there and told me Jatan's husband was whooping on her. I bust out laughing so hard. I laughed, man. My side was hurting. And they were like, ain't you gonna go around there and check on her? I said, no, tell me when she gets serious because I'm gonna go check on him. I said if he put his hands on her and she didn't whoop him, she was 9.9 out of 10, 100% wrong, and she accepted that. Because if she didn't feel like she was wrong and she thought he was on some BS, she was gonna put hands on him. 2 weeks later, she done put hands on everybody in the house and ran them up out of there. They tell me, come get your cousin. What y'all do to her? That's my first question. What you do to her? Because she real easy going. But once you push that button, you get what you get. I got
Gorilla.
another cousin that got hands, Londa. My cousin Londa in Chicago, she got hands. But she's a little dainty thing. You don't think she can swing. She will pop you in your mouth quick. They all through my family. Girls that will scrap with a dude and go toe to toe.
Yeah, toe to toe. Big Sam will hit you with one of them, man. But you can't. I'll tell you, Big Sam and then knocks them. I saw her knock niggas out. Like you catch one of them ones. She know how to bob and weave. You know who she remind me of? You know, on Harlem Nights when Eddie Murphy went back there to fight old
Well,
girl.
Della Reese.
Yeah, that's Sam. That's Big Sam right there. All right, come on, motherfucker. I'm gonna show you what time it is with me. Yeah, come on. Bow, bow. She'll be hitting you with lining you up. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Then look, once you get whooped by Sam, nobody like I'm telling you. Well, everybody know, like, okay, you fought Sam, that was a good fight because Sam ain't no easy fight. You know what I'm saying?
Look, when I was in high school, there was a girl named Big B. You
Uh-huh.
want no smoke? You ain't want no smoke with Big B.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I was in junior high school, they had two of them. One name was Zena and one name was Ladora. You did not want to run up on them sisters.
Nah.
They had hands.
Yeah.
I'm talking about hands make Clarissa Shields say, I ain't fighting her.
Right? Be surprised
But
when you get tell you.
yeah, but people get older and they move on with their life, but we be
Mm-hmm.
remembering stuff like that because it stick out in the memory,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know. And somebody had mentioned the warrior gene in the comments
Mm-hmm.
earlier. I forgot what they said. That's how that was the code my mama gave me how to find Chief Warhorse.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm watching Chief Warhorse and she said the exact words my mama said out of her mouth standing on that gym floor. And I was like, oh, that's the Warhorse my mama was talking about. And it blew my mind. I found
Yeah.
a lot of clues mama left me. She left me with a bag of keys, buddy, I tell you. Opened up a whole lot of doors.
Yeah. Shout out Chief Warhorse. That's our chief down here in Louisiana. Chata. Chief
Yeah.
Warhorse. Shout out Chief Bald Eagle. right? He actually got a bald head just like an eagle. Hey, baby, if you see Chief Bald Eagle, he actually looked like a bald eagle. I'm telling you, man. Like,
That's sometimes that's how we look. Normally we get our nicknames, which becomes our tribal name through playing the dozens in elementary age. Somebody gonna call you something, and that name gonna stick. So then you be going to school with popcorn, squirt, little Earl, and Day Day.
that's right.
Like
That's
who
right.
gave them these? Yeah, they got the names playing the dozens most of the time, and they stuck. But
That's right.
sometimes they get them as a pet name from their mama or somebody in their family, and it
Yep.
be more prominent than their birth certificate name. Because their
Yep.
birth certificate name, their government name, they
Yep.
nickname, their tribal name.
Right.
Because your tribal name is based off something peculiar about you.
That's deep. That's right.
A
Like,
lot of times they be tied to nature.
mm-hmm.
Like a lot of them that know that their sons is chief, they don't call them chief no more. They call them Sonny Boy,
Yeah.
Sonny, Son.
Yeah.
They don't want to call him chief because that's gonna get him murdered. Then
Right.
you end up like Emmett Till.
Go ahead. That's deep.
And then they come make up some old fairy tale story and accuse somebody and they had nothing to do with it, so they can justify their dirt.
Remember, he said, they called Abu Bakr when they seen him because he had rode a black horse into the Lakota land, and they said that when his horse is acting crazy, so they nicknamed him Crazy Horse. And then another dude, his horse, they saw him. He was trying to get on the horse, and every time he get on the horse would run around and throw him off. So they said his name is his horse won't let him ride. That became his name. His horse won't let him ride. You know. Or they saw another dude, and his hair, he had long hair, and his hair would go in the wind. And they said his name is his hair in the wind. That's how we got our names. It was like spiritual things that was about us, and a lot of us do got those names. Like what our family member call us. That's not the government name. That is true. The nickname. They
Yep.
said nicknames or whatever. Yeah.
Then some of the other chiefs, they nickname might not stick. They might rename themselves when they get to an adult based on and a new awareness.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like Chief Warriors don't like people changing their name. That's just her pet peeve.
Right.
Right? But we know that we change our names based on the phase of our life we going through.
Mm-hmm.
I got so many names.
Mm-hmm.
Some people be seeing me on here like, man, that look like Mike. Yeah, that's Mike. Other people, they see me on here, they be like, man, he look just like Rick. Yeah, it was Rick.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep.
You
Chief
know what I'm
Pony.
saying?
The Chief Pony. No, like CASHAPP is like like the clan, because we got everybody got. Could you we'll talk about that for a little while. We got about 5 minutes left. You know what I'm saying? Then we'll get out of here. Hey, like the totem, the animal, like your totem, like mine is a hawk. Your one is one, and everybody got two because mine is a hawk and a lion.
Well, it depends. Some people have is have a
Three.
lot of them.
Yeah, yes, yeah. Some people I heard have
They
three.
be then they be calling. They refer to those people as Doctor Doolittles. They
Go
talk
ahead.
to the animals,
Go ahead.
right? When you get to be a shaman, you practice working with the energies of every animal you encounter. And sooner or later, if you get skilled enough, you can have hundreds of totem animals that you're able to work with and use their intelligence to enhance your intelligence
Kind of like
once you know how
Pokemon,
to.
collecting
Yeah,
Pokemon balls. Yeah, that's
yeah,
interesting. Damn, that's deep. You just gave me a whole nother thought, Rod.
yeah.
I like the
One of the things you do when you trying to tune into your total animal, first you know what the animal is. Study everything you can. Read fiction about them. Read nonfiction, history, science about them. Everything you can read on them, and you can start to tune tune in to their frequency clearer. The more you know about them, When you get to the point where you feel like I really understand the nature of that animal, click, boom, there you go. Now you can use whatever they intelligence is, you can use that in the human arena, right? The gorilla is the quintessential father, right? And the gorilla is so protective of his clan, they didn't see him rip lions in half, leopards, all that stuff, messing with his babies. You know, they tried to steal a baby for dinner. He catch him, or one of them girls catch him, hold him till the big boy get there. It's a wrap. So the gorilla clan is strong on fathering the youth, right? Cuddling with his babies, not babies, his babies, my children, right? These my babies, right? I want to, be part of their upbringing, just like their mama, right? So that's the nature of the men in the gorilla clan, and then I draw from that and apply it to finding more um, ways to connect with the family that I'm close to, right? And that's called building a strong family bond. The chiefs across the land begin to increase their stock in the family first. And you do that, you start reaching out to family members that you absolutely know you related to, but you ain't had a conversation with in your whole life. Have a conversation. Earn their respect. Because that's what the birthright is enhanced by the work that you do. And the work that you do determines the position that you hold. Right? So when you're reaching out to different family members, you're raising your family rank. Then you're gonna notice that people are gonna be bringing people to meet you from all around your city. Now you're raising your rank in the city, right? And then you're gonna find out that for some reason you have all these opportunities to visit places, and then people from those places bring certain key people to meet you, because those are the ones that earn respect to them individuals, and they got your respect, so they want y'all to have a conversation, right? And I was just telling a friend of mine, once you learn how to carry yourself to command respect, you won't never have to demand respect. And a critical piece to that is being respectful to others, right? When you're respectful to other people, people have more of a tendency to give you respect. But when you rude, obnoxious, and disrespectful, people tend to rebuff you. They don't want to be around you. You're hard to deal with. You always into something. He can't get right. All that. He a problem child. Everywhere he go, he tears stuff up. He ain't got no self-control. Now you try to teach a child about self-control, their parents want to jump on you. Don't you be telling my baby he need to control himself. He can be wild as he want to be. Okay. Till he get hit in the head with a billy club. Now it's, oh, why they do that to my baby? Or till you get slugged in the chest from one of them other kids on the block that ain't buying his BS. Oh, they done shot my baby. You should have taught him some manners. Everywhere I go, I treat people with the respect I want. And it always paid off big dividends, bigger than you would possibly imagine. Because I done been in some potential hostile situations, but because people loved me and respected me because how I carried myself, it walked me through 'em. Like I had a invisible person holding my hand to walk me around all of the danger, just by how I deal with people. And I'm not a people person. That's the crazy part. I'm a my people person. All the people that love me, them the ones I love. All the people that hate me, I don't even hate them. I just don't have no time for them. They can hate me from over there. I don't care. As long as they keep their hate over there, but if they bring it over here, I'm gonna send it back. It might be in a box, but it's gonna be sent back. Return to sender. I don't want it over here. I'm a my people people. I'm a popular loner. You know, I come out and go meet with my people, then I go back in my hole. I don't got time for that. Man, look, I ain't had time for it when I was a teenager, but the guys I used to run with, if somebody messed with one of them, well, you messing with all of them. You ain't gonna bully him, I know that, because I'm not gonna let you bully nobody over here. So you can take them bully tactics somewhere else, or we can go ahead and get it over with right now. That's up to you. It don't matter to me one way or the other. I want the smoke the same way you do. I want peace the same way you do. If you want the smoke, I want the smoke. If you want peace, I want peace. And we can do it however. That's how I was. I'm not gonna look for you, but I'm gonna bump into you.
Yeah, and we
And when
ain't
I
gonna
bump
push.
into you, you're gonna remember me.
Yeah, like I remember I used to tell like in the set, I used to tell people, hey, don't if I saw a dude pressing him and I say, oh yeah, he don't and the dude act like he don't want it, I say, I let him make it, cause he don't want it, let him make it. He's nigga was talking first, but now you press him and he man, now Hey, so we ain't never press nobody too hard that they want you don't want no trouble. But don't start no shit, it won't be no shit, right? You know what I'm saying?
I'm bone crusher, baby. I ain't never scared. I
Yeah.
ain't never scared.
Hey, we about to get up out of here, man. Hey, we got 1,200 people in here, man. Raw Hayes don't do it for the money, but we got this Cash App on there, man. If y'all want to show some love, everybody send them $1. That'll be 1,200, man. That'll put them in the game so we can keep these. We got to keep Chief good so we can get these updates on the land, man. So because we're in a critical time now, we're going to a critical time. 2025, a lot of prophecies have been said to happen that year, like about the earthquake, a whole bunch of things. The switching of the government. There's a whole not much of stuff. So we need to stay live, stay alert for this coming up. 2030. Doc spoke about 2030, the end of the devil's rule, the complete end of his world. So we looking at the parasites being removed, whole bunch of stuff going on. So we need to stay updated. Shout out to everybody that's came in, man. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button. What you got to say, Rod? You got to say you want to say?
Parents, talk to your children and let them know that the National Guard not here for us to stay out them people way. Because we don't want them to get caught in something that they totally innocent, but they get treated like the enemy. If they do the martial law, just follow the curfew because there's going to be some dastardly deeds taking place under the cover of darkness. There's going to be a whole bunch of good men doing some real bad stuff to some truly wicked individuals. And they're not taking no prisoners and they're not asking no permission. It's not going to be pretty. Y'all need to know this now. Y'all need to sit them boys down, have a conversation with them. Wherever you at, make sure you're going to be where you're going to be at the curfew. You don't want to be transitioning during the curfew and get caught up with the wrong crowd. We don't want that to happen. This is about them judges, them lawyers, and some of them got private military of mercenaries